Hello there, it's Sonal and Mitchell from Synergy Nutrition Talks. A big hello to everyone. We've now
Hello.
decided to do videos as well. So as you can see, lovely Mitch is with me looking handsome as ever.
Oh,
Great, what are you burning there? I just saw some flames.
it's Sage and Palo Santo.
Fantastic. So Mitch is on fire, yeah? So Mitchell is, just to say, so it's been a while since we've both done a podcast and a video, and it's because we've been super busy doing our own stuff. But in between, Mitch and I have been having some wonderful chats, and he's been enlightening me about cleansing our environment as well. So as many of you know, cleansing our bodies is just as important, and this is what Mitchell and I are here to share our knowledge with you about, is about taking foods and other nutrients to help cleanse our body so that what we're putting in can easily be eliminated out, and that we're also reducing our toxic burden. Now, what's interesting with all this 4G, 5Gs and other EMFs in our environment, we're exposed to more dangerous chemicals, aren't we, Mitch, than we've ever been before. So cleansing our environment is just as important. And I've started to pick some of Mitchell's tips, and I've been finding that my environment where my home is actually feeling better too, because I've been burning the Palo Santo, and I've got some sage coming on its way from America. So yeah.
That's lovely. Yeah,
So
it's a great topic to talk about.
yeah, we will. We're going to be talking about that. So for today's topic, Mitch and I have decided to talk about the immune system, and we decided to talk about this because it's an interesting time of year now, where we're just exiting kind of summer, or the tail end of summer, and we're entering kind of autumn, September. So many of you back to work, parents taking your children back to school. The nights are going to probably get a little bit darker now, aren't they, earlier, and the mornings too. So but most importantly, immune system is what we want to support you with. And I've noticed, Mitchell, just to tell you also, a lot of people that I know have been starting to get cold sores and viral infections already, and it could be
Right.
because they're run down and burnt out. So I think this is a good topic to talk about. So
Yeah, it's a wonderful topic.
yeah, and colds and flus and things like that as well, viruses floating about.
Ginger.
Yeah. So when we talk about immune system, just to give everyone a background, as the majority of you may know, that the immune system is in the gut. Would you agree, Mitchell? That the majority
Yeah,
of
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. And we all are prone to having low immune system. You know, certain symptoms would be colds, flus, viruses that you pick up like shingles, cold sores, bacterial infections. Anything else, Mitch? We can just give them background with immune system. Even hay fever is immune system related, isn't it? Allergic rhinitis, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So colds and flus, when you've got one, it's not the best symptom to have. Actually, it comes with lots of symptoms. So we want to help you prevent that. And Mitchell and I are examples of individuals who practice what we preach. So when we are run down, and I'm going to tell you things that do impact my immune system directly, and Mitch will share his story too, we take remedies and use what's around in our environment, like plants and foods, to actually heal our bodies, and also supplements. So just to give you an example of things that can deplete the immune system, number one, what would you say? Stress, sugar, Mitch? What should we say is
I
number
think,
one?
yeah, stress, so mental stress, and then I think refined sugar, like white table sugar,
Yeah.
is another go, because it's just going to weaken your immune system. It's going to kill the friendly gut bacteria. And I think antibiotics as well is it's quite tricky for some people to realize it, and some people given that fight or flight response where they're being told they need it. But the studies are showing that one course of antibiotics can actually disrupt your gut flora for 4 years. It's not just a matter of taking
For
yeah,
four
it's not just a
years.
matter of taking probiotics and popping pills once you've done the course.
No.
It's more detrimental. So all of us, we're working on our gut health. So it's just a journey, it's a gradual process, but it's good to learn about natural ways of living so you can become your own doctor for yourself, and then help your friends and family as well.
Absolutely. No, that's right. Yeah. So we want to keep as many good bacteria as we can in the gut to support the immune system. I didn't actually know that. I knew that the antibiotics destroy the gut bacteria, but not for so long. So I think probiotics are definitely one great way to boost the
Yeah,
bacteria.
I'm for them. We did a podcast before and I was a bit skeptical, but I've been taking them and I realized that our soils are depleted. So the idea of that taking supplements is not natural. I don't agree with that. As long as it's food grown, food grade, is definitely recommended, especially with, like you were saying, with the exposure to radiation. If you're in a polluted city, you've got heavy metals. So we should really be taking supplements every day, all of us, in my opinion.
I absolutely agree. Yeah. And Mitchell, you take soil-based probiotics, don't you? So soil-based organisms. So what we'll do, just for you listeners and viewers, welcome everyone, is please, if you've got any questions at all about supplements, do private message us. We're trying to give general advice and tips, but obviously nutrition is personalized. And Mitchell and I are both competent to give you the advice and direct you about what brands to take. So do definitely consider booking us for like a mini consultation if you can't afford a full consultation. We'll put our prices and everything on the bottom of we'll put lots of information on the bottom of the podcast and also the videos as well, and our website details so you can get hold of both of us. And we'll tell you exactly what to take, how to take it, when to take it, and which brands are the best as well. So one thing is probiotics. Second remedy, one of our favourites we were just discussing before, and we both made ourselves some tea with it, is ginger. Ginger-tastic.
Ginger's amazing. Yeah, it's very good tea. I've noticed that people do wait until they get sick before they take ginger.
Yeah.
But now I've just got in the habit of drinking it frequently.
Yes,
it's really warming.
Yeah, absolutely. So ginger has got lots of therapeutic components. One of them is called gingerols. There could be some other components in ginger that have not been studied, but they've got immune boosting effects. And I take ginger just because I like the taste, and it's warming, as Mitchell was saying. So round about now, when the weather's getting colder, it's a nice circulation booster. It's also anti-inflammatory as well. And also, I reckon, I'm saying I reckon because we don't have concrete evidence to prove it, but it can actually halt a cold from actually occurring, so it can actually prevent the onset of the cold maybe. What do you think about echinacea? Because I used to be somebody who used to take a lot of echinacea as well.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about it. I haven't given it a go myself, but I know that it's very commonly purchased in like autumn, winter times.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful flower. I don't know enough about it. I know it's good for colds and flus, but not too sure at the moment. What are your views?
Yeah, so it's purple. It's a beautiful flower. It's purple cone flower. And I did take it on and off, and I did find improvements with that. It reduced the duration of the cold and flu virus as well. And it's also a natural cleanser as well. So it's like a blood purifier as well. So traditionally, I think it was used for that. And also for inflammatory conditions like skin diseases like eczema and acne as well. So it's definitely got some therapeutic cleansing benefits. I used to study plant medicine a lot in the past, and it's so nice to go back to that again. So I'm looking more into kind of herbal medicine and homeopathy and flower essences, because energetic medicine is just as important, isn't it? So again, this is something that we're going to talk to you guys about as well. So classic remedies, you also think about vitamin C, which is really important, but what Mitchell and I want to convey to you is, yes, you can take the citrus, have lemons and limes and lots of green vegetables and peppers, which will boost your vitamin C intake too, because vitamin C is water soluble, so you need daily amounts. But don't forget other foods that have got high immune boosting properties, and another food would be something like mushrooms. I don't know, actually, it'd be more like a fungi, wouldn't it? Mushrooms, medicinal mushrooms. So I'm going to pass it over to Mitch, who can enlighten a bit more about medicinal mushrooms compared to regular mushrooms. Yeah,
just before I mention mushrooms, I would like to discuss elderberry syrup, because I believe that the best you can take. Stronger than echinacea, from what I believe or feel, especially because of the color of it. So the polyphenols are really rich in dark colored fruits. It's really rich in vitamin C, and it's a natural antihistamine as well. So it's going to help you tolerate certain foods such as probiotics as well. So
that is really important to mention.
Great hot drink to have.
Yeah, so elderberry, just so you know, elderberry, to the listeners and viewers, is also sometimes known as sambuco, isn't it? Sambuca. So it's its
Yeah.
Latin name. So you can take a concentrated syrup, and you know what? It tastes really good. I love this
Lovely.
stuff. I've stopped taking it now, but it's good for sore throats as well, and it does taste quite sweet. So many of you might remember Calpol, like syrup from when you was younger.
Oh my God.
So this is way better,
Yeah.
elderberry. And as Mitch was saying, it's high in vitamin C as well. So we've got a couple of good brands for you as well. So if you've got any questions or you want to get hold of them, let us know. We can give you a discount code for them. So yeah, that's, and you know what, purple. I mean, I'm just thinking about purple berries, dark
Yeah.
berries. Yeah, they're just bursting full of antioxidants and good for skin, good anti-inflammatory. So if you're quite mucousy, it calms that inflammation. And they really do, like if we talk about immune system, it's about boosting white cell blood function as well. So
Right.
that's what we want to kind of aim to do. So back to mushrooms. We've got quite a lot of
Mushroom.
medicinal mushrooms. So I'm thinking like reishi, shiitake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing. They're really amazing. And it's a common belief that they might aggravate candida, but they actually don't. Mushrooms are, of course, fungal, but they don't aggravate candida.
that's good to know. So it's not yeasty.
Chaga mushroom, I think chaga and reishi, it's a tricky one to say which one is better for immunity, but both have a history of helping with cancer as well. So reishi is a natural anti-tumorous mushroom, and it's a natural antihistamine. And chaga and reishi are both great at detoxifying the liver. So anything HPV related, so again with the white blood cells, it's going to keep your immune system really strong. And I believe chaga's ranks #1 for antioxidants, so
Excellent. That's great to know. Yeah.
very potent.
Excellent. So we can maybe do an article together on chaga. Yeah, I think that'd be good to do. Yeah, I actually don't have much personal experience with chaga. I think I tried it like many years ago, but it's something that I'm definitely going to revisit for myself and give it a go. I've had reishi, I've had shiitake, which I love, and they both contain beta glucans,
Yes.
which are components which are known to help boost the immune system. Chaga is something else. I think it's classed also like a spiritually kind of, I don't know what is it. It's a spiritual kind of remedy too, isn't it? Because it works on higher levels. So I think we definitely need to explore that one, and it deserves a podcast on its own, doesn't it? So we'll study chaga. Mitchell actually has been trying chaga a lot, and I'm really impressed because I've seen changes in him. So I think there's something super tastic about that one.
The chaga's great. I mean, as soon as I take a sip of the tea, I feel something uplifting.
I
It's
must get
very
some.
powerful, and I've been sampling, the Four Sigmatics one. Four Sigmatics, they're a great company as well. They've got really high potent products.
Excellent. So what we can do, if any of the listeners or viewers want a box, contact Mitchell and he can order some for you, and work out payment, and you can ship some to them, can't you? Yeah, so we can work that out. So
If you're looking for, sorry.
Chaga. So if anybody wants to get hold of like the Four Sigmatics,
product. I mean, they're blended teas. So if you're local and you're looking for something else, if you're going for mushroom quality, you want to go for a hot water extraction process. So an organic brand, and fruiting bodies as well. Check that on the label. That's important.
Excellent.
Reishi spore. So that's really high potent form of reishi.
Brilliant. So just to also come back to, so I mentioned cold sores, kind of the herpes simplex virus, also triggering shingles, things like that. My experience would be a lot of these are triggered by stress as well, but remember that the immune system, our bodies are really sensitive to external things going on. So sometimes you may be feeling stressed, but you don't realize that you are. Your body senses it before you do, which is really interesting, cell communication. So and it presents as a cold sore or shingles or some sort of viral infection. So just be mindful of that. Try and manage stress as best as you can. And again, the body will use the nutrients that it has first because it wants to keep you fit, doesn't it? So your adrenals will often be compromised because your body wants to look after you and keep you healthy and happy. And sleep. I think, a lot of people, again, are sleep deprived. I'm meeting people that survive on average 3 to 4 hours a day, and it's not really enough, is it? And they're walking around like zombies and prone to picking up infections and colds. So, but I guess, on the serious matter is some individuals can't sleep. They try to get to sleep, but they just can't sleep. So we can maybe cover that on another podcast. But
Yeah, Reishi helps you sleep. Reishi, and also I didn't mention that chaga and Reishi, they're adaptogens for your adrenal glands too. So that's
they
going to
are
prevent your adrenals from pumping cortisol, which keeps you awake.
excellent. There you go.
That's
So
the
that's the
spot.
mechanism. Yeah, absolutely. So
They've got it all.
mushrooms all around, exactly. So they're adaptogenics, they boost the immune system, they help you sleep, and also they're good for longevity as well, aren't they? Anti-aging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Just want to touch upon sugar, and then we'll just sum this up. So sugar is, again, I'll share my personal experiences. If I've had a little bit too much sugar, and many of you know that I don't have a lot of sugar, I'll only have it if it's maybe as a treat now and again. I feel when I've overdone it, and it's not a lot, it might be a couple of teaspoons added to, like, I don't know, a couple of biscuits, I will feel exhausted, and I will feel quite run down, even though I've not done much. So I know that there's a link there between sugar depleting maybe white cell activity or immune system. So something to be
Yeah.
mindful of. Yeah. What's your
I'm
experience?
very passionate about the sweeteners. I think coming off white sugar is good. Some people still want something else. So I would say, although that these, sweeteners are not very friendly in terms of the glycemic index,
Yeah.
but anything that's like a fruit, like agave or something, this is a transition because the white sugar is so addictive. The studies show it's more addictive than cocaine. So as long as you can transition to something else to get your sweet cravings, or just eat fruit,
I
eat fruit
agree.
on an empty stomach.
Yeah, I agree. That's right. Yeah. So definitely, when you're looking at immune system boosting, if you're looking to boost your immune system, have the strongest immune system, look at your sugar intake, because a lot of foods contain hidden sugars. So just be mindful of where it's coming from. And as Mitch said, there's healthy alternatives. So using fruit sugars, you can use dried fruit, and some of the natural sweetener alternatives, you can have them in small amounts as well, like agave or carob syrup or date syrups.
Yeah.
And there's loads more as well. And I think we've covered sugar before, haven't we? And we'll cover it again, because sugar is always going to be mentioned, isn't it? Because it's been victimized. So Mitch, you have a lot of knowledge about Eastern medicine too. Have you got any tips or anything that you can share about maybe the Eastern side, like Ayurveda, or
Okay.
on the immune system?
Yeah, I mean, ginger is a big one in Ayurveda. They love their ginger. So do Oriental medicine. It's very tonifying. It's very warming, and it's antimicrobial, like you said. But what it does is it clears ama. So in Ayurveda, ama is a synonym for toxins or mucus buildup or anything like that. And ama can get into your joints, it can get into your legs. And the longer you have this damp issue, the harder it is to get rid of. So implementing things like ginger warms up your internal organs and your body, and it drains it, so it drains damp. So ginger is very good for that, and I always recommend fresh, not dried, because dry ginger is it's very heating. It can be a bit aggravating for some people.
Oh, that's interesting.
Get some organic fresh ginger.
Yes.
That's a simple one. But in terms of Ayurveda, Tulsi I love. It's the queen herb.
Is that holy basil? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
holy basil.
How can we
It's
get
called the queen herb.
Tulsi?
Sorry.
How can we get Tulsi?
Well, you can drink it as a tea, or you can take it in capsule form. And I always recommend either or. Really, it depends. Whatever you're going to do, and make sure you use it. So if you're traveling, capsules are very good. As long as when you're using capsules, just check the ingredients, and it should just have vegetable cellulose, because that's essentially just a prebiotic. That's food grown. There's no additives. So when you're buying capsules, just double check that as well. What else? Immunity.
They think about turmeric. Is there any research?
Yeah, turmeric's a great one to talk about. Wild turmeric's the best one.
Oh, okay. Yep, wild turmeric.
More potent. Yeah, if you just buy turmeric in a shop, you don't really know the quality of it, and it can actually be quite harmful. So just double check that it's wild and it's organic. There are some interesting studies showing that fermented turmeric is much more absorbable than regular turmeric. And it's a bit tricky because you've got people saying that you need black pepper to absorb it. What are your thoughts on this? Because I don't know about that.
There's some research to show that, and a lot of supplement companies, since they found that out, started to add black pepper to their turmeric curcumin combinations. It might help absorption because, again, nutrients work in synergy, don't they? One thing that I know for sure, have turmeric with food, so with the meals, full stomach with fats will definitely aid its absorption, and if you're considering supplements, take it in an oil-based formula, or if you're stuck with capsules, that have got powder in it, then have some fat with that. So I would think that would aid absorption better. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure, yeah, taking it with black pepper is going to be beneficial, but it's not the end of the world if you don't, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ayurveda, what else? I've got some Brahmi on the way actually, so I've got to give that a go. And Brahmi is
Oh,
said to
you
be
have,
very.
yeah. So Mitchell
You know
showed
about
me
that?
his order just before we spoke, and he is fantastic. He's somebody that you really do practice what you preach. I love it so much. So,
Oh, thank
sorry,
you.
yeah, tell us more about Brahmi because I don't know much about that.
Well, it's a function. It's assisting with cognitive function. So I have
Oh,
Asperger's,
get
so I'm
brain.
always looking for I'm always looking for supplements to help with assisting with the brain and the neurons. So CBD, um, Brahmi is also very calming. But Tulsi, I didn't mention Tulsi. Not only is it an adaptogen, it's a brain adaptogen. So Tulsi actually helps repair the neurons in your brain. So it really protects you from stress. And that's why in Ayurveda it's called the sattvic supplement. It represents purity and calmness. So it's a really calming supplement to use, especially if you make Tulsi tea. It tastes really lovely as well.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, Tulsi
This
is
is
great.
what this is what it's about, because a lot of us, you know, to be in that calm, centered, peaceful state and mind is so important. Your body's going to thank you for it, isn't it? So if we
Yeah.
can use plants and natural herbs and, you know, foods to heal and to look after ourselves, body and mind, that is really the way to go, I think, for health. So no, that's brilliant. And I was just gonna, just to finish off, just talk about hydration, because the other thing is when we're in a dehydrated state, um, viruses can thrive more. I think, you know, because the mucous membrane's a bit more dry. So adequate hydration. Yeah, would you? Yeah, agree,
I
Mitch?
agree.
Well,
I think hydration should really come from raw food. So
okay.
the electrical structure is in fruits. So it's shocking that people just live on just a cooked food diet and they're hydrated.
Yeah.
I drink spring water, but I must say, when I have it from fruits or a juice or a lemon or a lime, that's when the hydration really begins. So just having some lime water is good.
Or ginger
Well,
teas, or keep drinking the herbal teas as well, because that's going to help, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
Adding herbs and fruits to teas just to keep it, to allow the cells to absorb the water a bit more. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I would say minimum, in terms of if somebody wants to know about how much water we should be drinking, what's your take on that, Mitch? How much fluids should they be drinking? Like you say, I agree, they should be getting it from raw foods as much as
Mm.
possible, fruit and veg.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a great topic again. I'm still exploring because in Oriental medicine, they don't really recommend drinking loads of water. Now, this is a really good topic because water, especially ice cold drinks, you don't want to be drinking that with your dinner.
No.
That it's going to literally harden the food in your body and
Exactly.
you're not going to digest. I always have food with hot teas.
Yeah.
Um, Water, I mean, I drink at least 3 liters a day, I
Yeah.
believe. 3 liters.
Yeah.
I guess it depends how big you are or how tall you are.
Yeah.
Um, but if you're eating a lot of fruits, you wouldn't need to worry about drinking too much water anyway. It
Yeah.
just depends where you're based in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's your intake on water?
Yeah, no, I agree. And I would say it's very individual because it depends on somebody's activity levels and the environment as well. On average, I would recommend about 1.5 liters. But what I've noticed about the water we drink nowadays, and again, this is another topic we could talk about for an hour at least.
Yeah, I'm just
It,
thinking of all these ideas.
yeah, it's actually not alive. The water is not fresh. You know,
Not
how we
alive
don't go to the spring and the natural, you know,
right.
water places like where the mountains are to get our water. It's bottled up often, or it comes from a tap which has been filtered of its, you know, chemicals and whatever processes it has. And although the water quality is not bad here, it's been regulated, there's something about it where you don't feel hydrated enough. You know, I've noticed it in my skin and hair that I feel dehydrated even though I'm drinking a lot. And what hydrates me is, as you were saying, having fresh fruits and vegetables, and also adding things to my teas just to liven it up a little bit. So yeah, but hydration is so important, and drinking it at a warmer temperature is going to help. So not ice cold.
No,
Yeah, that shocks the digestive system. Yeah, but I think listening to your body, and you know, this is another thing that is really a passion. You know, me and Mitchell are both passionate about, is listening to our bodies and being intuitive about it, so that it gives you signs of what it needs, doesn't it? Your body will tell you what it wants when it wants it, won't it? So, and when you get to that level, your body will talk to you literally. So let's talk about that one for the next one, I think.
Well, Ayurveda, they just say the Ayurvedic principle is drink when you're thirsty, eat when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Never overdo anything. Too much water in the body is not too good, but
No.
like anything, too much of anything is not too good, right? But
Yeah.
in terms of your question, I'm just thinking reishi, because that's really valued in TCM, so traditional Chinese medicine. Reishi is the mushroom of joy and happiness, but also immortality. So it's really valued in Oriental culture, because families that take reishi, they just don't get sick. They don't
Right,
get sick.
yeah, so we've got populations around the world. Yeah, that's right. And it's like the Blue Zone study about the countries around the world that live the longest. And Oriental medicine, or Chinese traditional like Eastern medicine as it's also known, yeah, they follow a lot of these principles, and they are living examples of elderly populations that are still, they've got their virility and their energy, and they don't get sick. So we're looking at these, and yeah, that's really important. What we can do maybe, Mitch, is put some put some articles together on this, so the viewers can kind of follow it up if they want to find some more information. Yeah. But yeah, so reishi's good.
Yeah, reishi's good.
Excellent. Yeah. So we all want to stay, it's really important. We all want to have more fulfilling, longer lives. We want to feel good. We want to feel strong. To be honest, you all know how you feel when you're run down and sick. You can't do anything. You just want to stay in bed, and you're not using your full potential. So why not prevent getting sick in the first place? And you can just do so much more. And it's okay to have days where you are run down. If you're hit with a virus, okay, all you can do is kind of see it through. But we want you to know that you can clear out the virus quicker from your body, and there are remedies and things you can do. Yeah, so just want to sign out there, and we'll leave a summary of this video with our contact details. So thank you for listening, and if you have any questions at all, please feel free to get hold of me and Mitchell. We're happy to help. We do sometimes have to charge for our time, but this is because you'll get more from it in the long run. So but we're here for you, and we might start to create a little calendar as well in our diaries, I think, won't we? We'll do an online calendar where they can click sessions and pay for them in advance as well. Okay, but if you've liked it, please like and subscribe to our channels and the videos, and keep listening out for us, and we'll check in with you very soon. So Mitchell, thank you again, and I'll see you shortly. Thank you. Bye. Speak to you soon. Bye.